Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Eve Echoes podcast. I'm your host GicaForta, and today we're going to be looking at the Lazarus Units. We've already talked about the Lazarus Units in a previous video, mostly related to how they can be acquired from the shops, which was 180 Aurum as opposed to 200 Plex, which is pretty much the same as the amount of skill points required to reset using just 200 Plex, which is 1 million skill point per 200 Plex. So they offer a discount, and well, it's just 20 Plex discount, but they can be acquired via Aurum, so I guess it's an alternative way of getting those reset tokens in order to respec your skills into something that's better after, let's say, a balance patch. This video is linked for the previous podcast that we had for the balance patch adjustment, in which the developers actually reverted some of the bad changes in the original balance patch, and also reverted some of the good stuff from the balance patch. I don't know what the hell happened there, but it's definitely tied to how players submitted their feedback and how many people were upset about some specific changes. So they took that into consideration, and that was not the case. The feedback should have been analyzed properly against the mechanic itself and actually validate the feedback if it's legitimate or not. But let's not waste any more time with side subjects, and let's actually discuss about the Lazarus Units. Balance patch hit on Wednesday, so some people might be upset with some of the changes, and that's okay, that's fine. But how is the whole idea of nerfing some specific module related to the ability of a given player to respec, to switch skills? Because, well, that specific module now being nerfed is no longer suitable for play, at least from the player's perspective, not suitable for his meta and what exactly he was using before the balance patch. So we're going to take a hypothetical approach here, and let's say drones are now useless. They're not, they're still good, but let's say people want to respec out of drones. First of all, I would like to issue a praise for NetEase for actually giving us enough Lazarus Units from the Lazarus Unit Acclaim event that you can find it right here in the events page. You can go to the Lazarus Units gift, and if you are tech level 10, you get in total, just from this event, 10 million Lazarus Units, which is equivalent to 10 million skill points reset for free. But is this useful? That's actually a good sum. That's a good quantity of Lazarus Units, because initially I estimated that we would have around 1 million, 2 million free respec points. That would have been absolutely horrible, considering that players in tech level 10 tend to go towards 555 mastery in some of the skills, and for example, just an expert 5 level skill can eat up to 6.5 million skill points. So the amount of Lazarus Units that was given to us was significantly high. That is a good thing that they did, but not that high enough to allow a player that has been skilling completely in some specific weapon type or weapon system in the expert regions, in the 555 area. So the 555 expert for the standard type weapon skill, and the upgrade expert 555 for a specific weapon type can lead up to an astonishing amount of skill points. As you can see in this screen, 10 million skill points reset for free is not nearly enough if a player wants to respect out of 555 skills across the standard skills and the upgrade skills. That's just the level 5 of the expert, let's say, drone skills and the expert drone upgrade skills. You are required around 20 million skill points just to reset those two skills. And you only have 10 million, so you'll have to get some cash out of your pocket, swipe that Visa card to get some more Lazarus Units, or buy some Plex in order to be able to respec from Expert 555. So that's a thumbs down. But you know, they can't actually tell the exact amount of skill points invested by you in all those skills that you have, you're wrong there. They actually can. So they have every single character inside a database and all the available skills that every player has learned and has which level in which skill. So they could have issued for each of the players that is skilled 555 in some specific weird skill that was nerfed. They could have issued like an email, hey, we've nerfed drones. You are a 555 player using drones, let's say large drones. Do you wish to fully respec, and we'll give this for free, like the full respec of the 555 drones. That would have been the best course of action. But of course, they only gave us 10 million, which again is a highly significant number compared to the previous balance patch, in which I think we only received 1 or 2, no, I think it was 1 million skill point reset for free. But again, last year, I think there weren't many people in tech level 10, so 1 million skill points was pretty okay. But now everyone, almost everyone that has been playing since day one of the launch of the game is now tech level 10 and probably has plenty of skills in 555 or 554. Now 555 is definitely out of the question. You will not be able to respec out of 555 skills, combine the standard skills and the upgrade skills for a specific weapon type. You will be able to switch out of the 554, so just respecing the Expert 4 and the Expert 4 on upgrade skills using the free Lazarus Units that were provided, 10 million Lazarus Units, 10 million skill points. You'll be able to do that. So if you have 554 in standard and upgrade skill for that specific weapon type, you will be able to respec, I think, almost entirely. I didn't do the math yet, but it should be just a wee bit above 10 million skill points to reset all the skills to 0 and switch to a different weapon system. Now, they didn't take it into consideration, just as I mentioned in our previous podcast, they didn't take into consideration that drones actually eat up a lot more skill points than the rest of the weapon types because of that drone utility skill, which all the other weapon types do not have. None of the other weapon types have a utility skill, for example, to train for missiles, to train specific explosion velocity or explosion radius. Drones do have that utility skill. It's actually 3 skills. It's drones, drones advanced, and drones expert, which give you extra drone command range, drone speed, and I think also drone optimals. Can't remember exactly, but anyway, bottom down, 10 million skill points is a big number compared to previous years, and 10 million skill points can be used to respec out of 554 plus 554. You'll be able to do that. But with people with having skills in 555, that's a no-no. Again, the excuse is that they might tell us that, well, maybe somebody just wants to respec a, let's say, cruiser command. So 10 million skill points should be sufficient. So we don't want to give too many free respec options. Yeah, but you know, you have the ability to list up every player that has 555 in some specific skill that you just nerfed. So you should give that player, or at least the players that have 555 in skills that you nerfed, because you also have access to those skills. You have access to the database. You are the developer. You have access to almost any information, every information to regarding every player on the damn server. So you should be able to give a notification to the player like, hey, we've nerfed this skill. We've seen that you have 555. We're giving you 10 million as a default reset, free respec, and we're also going to give you an additional 10 million just because you have the 555, and you're going to probably respec out of those because we nerfed the hell out of those things. So you want out, and you want a new weapon system learned, and well, probably you'll fly also different ship. And you see, these things add up, not only for the player but also for the player's wallet. I guess in the end, NetEase actually gives this incentive. Like, you want to respec, sure, go ahead. We just gave 10 million skill points, free reset, and if you want more, you just have to pay up. This is also a valid concept, but it would be completely 100% correct and true if they didn't have access to player information, which they do. They own the database. Everyone is inside those databases and they have access to it. So they can filter out all the players that have so many skill points invested in something that they nerfed and just give more to that specific list of players so they can switch out of the things that you nerfed. By the way, skill point investment is actually really costly because, well, players tend to learn a specific skill in 5.5.5 for 3 months or less, 60 days, that's 2 months worth of training time. So nerfing a specific skill that almost destroys whatever fit or whatever properties that specific player had is going to be in the gutter. So I think it should be really okay to give those specific players a chance of pulling out of those skills that they have wasted so much time on training them. But again, I may be talking out of my ass with this, and let's say I'm just an ungrateful bastard for demanding more, but player investment, the player not only invests time in training those skills, he also invests money. So he's buying Plex, he's buying Omega Duo from the shop using his credit card, he's buying stuff, he's actually giving away time of his life playing this game, investing money, and then some specific skill that he's been using is being nerfed. So he wants out, he wants to switch, you give him some incentive to switch, but then you demand of him more money to be able to pull out and use a different skill set for an entirely different weapon type. This is not okay in my book. If you've nerfed something that will cause players to switch to something else, give the players that have max skills or have specific skills high in that specific area that you just nerfed, give them more, give them the ability to switch over and to not actually regret paying for this game and investing the time. Because you know what, in the end, the people that get upset for something that gets nerfed and they aren't able to pull out, they aren't able to respec out of something that was nerfed, that cost them so much money and so much time invested in the game, they will quit the game. This is what happens usually, because, well, it's gonna take me another 1 or 2 months just to train something else. Probably half of that because I am having some free Lazarus points that I can convert and switch to some free skill points that I can basically respec out of. But it's still going to take a sufficient amount of time, and not only time invested to train something new and to play the game continuously, but also new Plex, new Omega time that he'll have to invest in order to maintain his subscription and to be able to respec into the weapon types that he wants now after the balance patch. So some people might call me an asshole just because I'm demanding more, but I'm not demanding more just for the sake of argument. I'm demanding more where the case is needed. Again, if you find yourself in 5.5.5 for a specific weapon type, the amount of Lazarus units that you were given is not going to be enough. It's just going to be half of the skill point investment in time and money on your side, and it's not going to be enough. You'll have to invest more and more, and if you as a developer change some critical stuff that players will obviously migrate away from, then give them the ability to migrate away from that. Other people might say, well, if they give too much, well, that will just leave the player with so many options. He'll be able to respec other skills. Maybe he just wants to keep that. So that will be completely fine. If he doesn't want to swap out of the weapon type that was just nerfed, if he wants to switch to on some other skills, that's fine by me. You gave him the opportunity and the necessary skill points, free skill points that he needs in order to respec from the nerfed weapon type. If he chooses something else, well, that's his loss. He's going to be remaining with the skills that he has in that specific weapon type, and if that was nerfed to hell, he'll just have to live with his decision. The developers have the ability to gain information about any player on the server, about all the skill points invested in all the skills that he had learned on every level. So they can very well do a list and help the players that feel affected with the changes to move to respec into something else. Again, 10 million skill points for free as a reset is a big step from what we've seen last year, so this requires a thumbs up. But they really need to consider how and how much a player has been investing in some specific skill area. Don't forget about our community question of the week, which is, do you have any hopes for any event that NetEase might introduce in the future? In order to participate, drop a comment below with your in-game name and your character ID, plus the answer to this question, and get a shot at winning one of the 3 Omega Combo clones at 30 days of Omega Duo to your account. If you enjoy what we're doing here, please drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe. It helps me a lot with the content and with the channel itself. It allows me to upload more stuff for you guys to enjoy. That's it for today. I hope you guys learned something. Thank you guys for watching. A very big shout out to my channel supporters, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.